In my last video, The Caring Leader, I talked about three really important concepts, right? Leadership styles, the platinum rule of treat others how they want to be treated, and this whole idea of leading with care. After I released that video, a couple of people came back to me and they wanted me to clarify on a number of concepts. And when I rewatched what I had put out, I realized that, hey, look, I could have done a much better job in explaining things. So in today's video, which is about leaders' care, we are going to go into the mind of the caring leader so that you can really understand this whole idea of what is the platinum rule. Why should we treat others the way they want to be treated, and why it's so important for us to be able to lead with care. And we're going to do it right now. This video is based off Principle 8, treat others how they want to be treated. Principle 8 is part of the 30 Principles of First-Time Leadership. There's a link in the description below. If you want to get your hands on that document, just click on that link. I want to thank these guys up here for pointing out to me that I need to clarify on a number of areas. In one of my videos, I talked about how important it is that a leader is a role model and that they work with their team and the team keeps them accountable. Feedback from you really helps, because if you don't quite understand a particular area in my video, then you letting me know where I can improve is going to help me improve as well. And that's one of the things that we need to do as first-time leaders, giving our team the responsibility, the privilege of giving us feedback, and us being open to feedback is going to be something that's going to help us improve. If you like what you're hearing so far, make sure you hit that like button. It tells YouTube that you've enjoyed this video so other people can view this video as well. So in my last video, I talked about leadership styles. Now, Serge actually pointed out to me that the word style isn't exactly the right phrasing, because leadership styles tend to refer to democratic style, authoritative style, being directive, being consultative. And there's a link in the description below if you want to learn more about leadership styles. So I need to change my phrasing and I'm going to use the word approach, right? How do you use your leadership and through your words, actions, and decisions to be able to approach people in those various situations, right? So we're going to talk about leadership approach instead. We all have our own leadership approach, right? Which is based off our values, strengths, and personality. And I did shoot a video about that. The clearer you are about your values, your strengths, and your personality, you can then have a much clearer indication of how you are going to lead, right? And leadership, once again, is about your words, actions, and decisions. So getting clarity in these three areas, your values, strengths, and your personality, will give you a lot more clarity on your leadership approach. Being able to utilize the platinum rule of treat others how they want to be treated, I may have given you the impression that we are constantly adjusting as leaders and that we have to change our leadership approach from one person to the next. That is only partially right. Earlier on, I talked about knowing your values, strengths, and personality to help you get a clear understanding of your leadership approach, right? Having these three things really gives you what I call your leadership core, right? It's your authentic self. And by the way, there's another video that I shot about authentic leadership. When you have this authentic core right here, all right? When you are interacting with other people, as you're approaching with other people, you can now imagine a slightly bigger circle around my fist. You're just making minor adjustments to each person as you interact with them, as you approach them through your words, actions, and decisions. So how you are actually using the platinum rule of treat others how they want to be treated in your leadership is that as you approach each person, as you interact with them, what you want is to get a really positive response that you are looking to have. This is actually something that sounds simple, but it requires time and effort because you need to build that relationship with people. You need to be able to let people know, like, and trust you, right? I shot another video which is about why likable leaders are more effective. It's really about spending the time and effort to get to know people. Just imagine this. How long did it get you to know your friends? your good friends, right? So that you understand their likes, their dislikes, their passions, what are their desires, what are they motivated to work towards, right? So treating others how they want to be treated requires you to know people, requires people to know, like, and trust you, so that then you can make those minor adjustments to your leadership approach so that you can get the positive expected response that you want from those people. And that's the whole idea of the platinum rule. Treat others how they want to be treated and how you can use it in your leadership. And if you've not subscribed to the First Time Leadership channel, consider doing it so. I'm trying to grow this channel and every single subscription helps. To end off on the platinum rule, treat others how they want to be treated, this is something that skilled and experienced leaders, as pointed out to me by Colin over here, this is something that skilled and experienced leaders are able to do very quickly because they know what to look for, they know how to build their relationship. But when you're a first-time leader, you need to make the effort. You need to put in the time. That's why all those one-on-ones, the team meetings, the team lunches, team gatherings, the things that you do, the more frequent your interactions and communication with each team member, and when you're making the effort to connect with them so that they can know, like, and trust you, then the more effective the treat others how they want to be treated principle is going to work for you. Now, as raised up by Martin over there, the whole idea of leading with care is how do you use your words, actions, and decisions so that you're being compassionate with the people that you interact with. And by the way, there's a video that I shot, which is if you want to be a great first-time leader, you need to have the right mindset. And I talk more about words, actions, and decisions in that video above. So how do we combine the platinum rule of treat others how they want to be treated with the concept of lead with care? Well, Martin laid it out really well for me. And I'm going to share with you what he said to me, right? How do your words, actions, and decision impact the other person? And can you do so in a way that's compassionate? So let's take out a really good example that a lot of first-time leaders will tend to struggle with. And it's the whole idea of having a performance management conversation. Would you, if you were a team member and you were going to have a conversation with your leader, would you want your leader to just come in and just give you negative feedback straight away, just show you the paperwork and say, look, you need to buck up? How would that have made you feel? Would you be angry, shocked, surprised in a very negative way? Would you be frustrated as well? And so the whole idea of lead with care and having that compassion is how will your leadership approach give you a positive response that you are looking for, that you yourself would have wanted to receive? Can you then tailor your approach slightly while keeping to your core, right, that I talked about earlier? Can you tailor your approach slightly so that you can have a much better performance management conversation? Maybe it's you got to get a bit more data from HR. Maybe it's instead of having the conversation in a workplace, you can bring it out into the cafe. Or for some people, you might want to just do it in an office environment where there's peace and quiet and you're not going to be disturbed by people. So it's just really having an understanding of how is this person going to react, and you want a positive response, right? Not really reaction. You want a positive response from this team member. Do you know the team member well enough that you can adjust your leadership approach in your words, actions, and decisions so that you can get a positive response from the team member when it comes to this performance conversation? And that's the whole idea of lead with care, how you combine the principle of treat others how they want to be treated and combining that idea of your leadership approach. I hope you got a much better understanding of this principle and that leaders care, that by going into the mindset of the caring leader, you now understand that there are three factors that we need to consider. There is the leadership approach, that is the principle itself of treat others how they want to be treated, and finally, leading with care. And it's a triangular, a three-factor relationship between this that will allow you as a first-time leader to be able to tailor your leadership approach so that you can get a positive response from people, and that you need to be mindful of how you're approaching each person. So if you gotten value out of this video, really appreciate if you hit that like button and remember to subscribe. My name is Daniel. I'll see you soon.